Page 87. Add a picture box object. They say drag it again. Well, instead of dragging it, I'm going to double click it. And when you do that, it puts the next object on top of the previous one that was selected. If I have nothing selected, then it puts it at the upper left-hand corner of the form. So I can just sort of drag it to where I think I want it to be. And then it says, okay, drag the handle, and I know better than to do that now. So this time, instead of hitting the plus and typing the different pieces, I'm just going to type 185, 150. It's sized, quite painless. Now we're supposed to add another one. Do not copy these. If you do, you get something known as a control array. Oh, and that's well beyond the scope of this course. So you will need to create it again very similarly. I double-clicked. I'm going to drag it over there. And you know what? I could do something kind of cool here. They don't cover this in the chapter or in the book. But if I pick the first one that's the right size, hold down Control and pick the second one, then if I go to Format, Make Same Size, Both. Oh, they do tell you to do that on page 88, step 6. And that would be the smart way to do it. All right. We need to align them. Now, imagine if they were out of kilter like that. The first one that you select is the one that's controlling everything. So the first one is approximately where we want it. So I'll select the second one. Then if I say Format, Vertical Spacing, no. Align. Now in this case, since they're the same size, I could align either the tops, the middles, or the bottoms. It doesn't matter, since they are the same size. But now they are lined up together. I would like to center those in the form. I'm going to deselect them and move them real close together. Format, horizontal spacing, no. Center and form, yes. Horizontally. So now they're centered as a pair. But there's really not enough room between them. So you could drag them and recenter, or you could say Format, horizontal spacing, increase, a little bit more. Format, horizontal spacing, let's increase some more. Oh, notice it doesn't keep them centered. Format, center and form horizontally. All right. So now they look pretty good. Okay, step 7 is to add 3 buttons. I'm going to deselect and show you where it ends up when I double click. See how it ends up at the upper left? So we're going to put 3 buttons down here. The first one, you know what? Step number 1 is always rename this thing, and I didn't do that for those picture boxes. So I'm going to have to go back there and do that. But let's do the button first. And this first one is supposed to say Standard Room. So they decided its name is BTN. That's the 3-letter Hungarian notation. They use awfully long names. You know, in real life, if you went STNDRM, I wouldn't mind, but try to follow what the book does so that the graders don't get too worried about it. Okay. Standard Room. Notice how it doesn't fit? Ooh. So really, you're best off just kind of dragging that and sizing it. Personal opinion, they don't have you making it bold. If you want to for the font to make it bold, go ahead. Okay. The rest of the chapter has you coding 3 more buttons and 2 more labels. You can do that on your own. I cannot legally work through every step of this because you should have bought a textbook or have access to a textbook for this course. So I will go add the rest of the objects off screen and then come back with the finished version up to this point. Back to our pictures. I see something else I missed too. I need to change the names of those pictures, and the names of those pictures were on 87, the second bullet. Pick standard room. Actually, this gives me a chance to show you something cool. Notice that name over in the properties is not blue, it's gray. You know what? It's still selected. PIC Deluxe Room. So you can save yourself a lot of clicking around if you observe what will work without having to double click. So work through the rest of the chapter, and we'll come back in a few seconds with the rest of the buttons and labels added.